guys, and welcome back to the Holistic Astrology channel. And today I'm making a video on the Swadisthana Chakra, the second chakra. Now what is Swadisthana Chakra? First of all, let us know where it is. Swadisthana Chakra is located, probably you can say 3 to 4 fingers down your navel part, and it is located exactly close to the sacrum bone. Okay, now what is this sacrum area? Sacrum bone is actually a triangular shaped bone which is connected with your spinal cord. Okay, and it has 5 different regions: S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. I mean, that's something like which is a detailed anatomy of the body, but because from this part there are a lot of nerves coming out of our body and being supplied everywhere, that's why this area is very, very important. Okay, now this Swadisthana Chakra is controlled by planet Jupiter, and in our horoscope, actually what happens is the SACRAL chakra or Swadisthana Chakra represents our passion, our love, our feeling of intense emotions, emotional security, okay, guilt feeling, how much you're passionate about something is all being controlled by Swadisthana Chakra. As you know, I told you that Jupiter planet represents this Swadisthana Chakra. Jupiter is what? Jupiter is expansion. Wherever the Jupiter is there is an expansion. So actually it plays a very important role. What happens is there is an expansion of deep, intense emotions behind your passion. That's how you become passionate about something, when you have an expansion of your emotions behind it. Well, I feel like this chakra is more related to the passion, even though it controls our emotional feelings and other aspects of our life, but still I would say your main passion in your life is being seen from here, that how strong your Swadisthana Chakra is. More strong the Swadisthana Chakra, the more well working it is, the more passionate you about that thing. And how much you're passionate and what kind of passion you have is being seen from the Swadisthana Chakra in relation to the Jupiter planet in your birth chart. Okay, so we're going to look at the position of the Jupiter in your birth chart and then correlate it with your Swadisthana Chakra, and then we can tell that what is your passion all about. For example, let me give a very easy example which is very common. A kid has been brought up in a family where since beginning there's no appreciation. People don't care about the feelings of each other. They don't respect the feelings of each other. Even though the kid is trying to express the happy feelings, the parents suppress his feelings. I see happening in many houses. If the kid is getting happy, the parents say, hey, shh, don't make a noise. Don't do that, don't do that. You gotta keep quiet. They don't let them speak out. They don't let them express their feelings. Why? This is not good. And then what happens is their sacral chakra, their Swadisthana Chakra gets suppressed. And that kid starts feeling a feeling of a guilt for nothing. Okay? Even if that kid buys a little toy, he will start feeling like guilty. Why I buy this toy? I'm not supposed to buy this toy. I'm not able to buy this toy. I'm not good enough to play with these things. Okay? I don't have that standard. And these things keep growing with the childhood age, and you keep going older and older, and these problems also become bigger and bigger. And when you grow up, you look at the things, you want to go outside with your friends, and you start feeling guilty. Why am I going outside with my friends? I'm not supposed to go. I'm not supposed to be happy for these things. No. I'm not supposed to go to watch movie. I'm not supposed to buy a car. Okay, I know this is a feeling of guilt which comes from nowhere. And this doesn't make any sense either. But it all depends on how the parents bring up the child. Because they don't let them free, they don't let them say their things to them. And they keep suppressing them. That's why these things happen. In today's life, a lot of people who have passion, but they're not able to express their passion, they're not able to express their feelings, are those people. Now, this was a case where the Swadisthana Chakra is down. is being damaged. Okay, but there are some cases where the Swadhisthana chakra is overactive. Now, what about this overactive thing? Now, I'm telling you about the overactive thing is, if a kid is being raised in such a atmosphere in the family where everybody wants, all the family members want just the pleasure. They just want to get pleasure out of everything. Okay, all the time, pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Then what happens is, the kids get used to that. They need pleasure out of everything. Even if they love some girl or a boy, they just want to play with them, just for the pleasure. Now, the reason is the parents of those kids, the family members of those kids, didn't provide enough emotional security to that kid. Those family members just made him enjoy out of everything, and there was no time to express the personal emotional feelings. And that's what happens is, the Swadhisthana chakra gets overactive, and when you grow older, you just want to get pleasure out of everything. That's why these celebrity kids who get fame in very little age, they start going towards the drug abuse. They start taking drugs. Why? Because their Swadhisthana chakra is so overactive that they want to get into pleasure all the time. And that's what it is all about. Now, this chakra controls our different body parts. Because Jupiter controls this chakra, so our different body parts and processes, mostly reproductive organs like our semen, menstrual cycle in females, prostate glands, okay, fallopian tubes, uterus, womb, all the same things. Those organs which are used to reproduce ourselves, which are used to reproduce and make a new baby, make a new life in this world. Jupiter controls these organs and processes also. Besides that, like our ear, our tongue, our thighs, our hip area, limbs, femoral arteries, these kind of all things, all those organs, even spleen and liver, are being controlled by Jupiter. And so, as I told you, that Jupiter gives these control on these all organs. Besides, it also controls our emotions, feelings, and passion about all these things. Okay, now here's the thing. Jupiter and this Swadhisthana chakra is controlling all these organs, so as a diseases also. So which diseases comes out of those organs, like jaundice, diabetes, malady of the tongue, hearing problems, reproductive problems. These kind of problems are also being controlled by the Swadhisthana chakra. It depends on the working of it. And besides that, in Vedic astrology, according to Vedic astrology, Jupiter being the karka of second house, fifth house, seventh house, ninth house, and 11th house, it controls all those organs related to these houses, and your emotions, your passions, your feeling of security, guilt, whatever, is all being controlled by Jupiter. Because Swadhisthana chakra has a hold on all these houses. So you can imagine that how important Jupiter is in our birth chart. Okay, now let's talk about the houses. Now, second house. What is second house? Second house in Vedic astrology is all about your assets, your immediate family, okay, your speech power, how much you have passion about these things, what is your emotional security or emotional feelings towards your family. Okay, now here what the Swadhisthana chakra does is, it tells you that how much you are passionate about, how much you have a positive passion about increasing your assets, how much passion or how much love you have for your immediate family. Do you have an influential speech? Are you able to give that, deliver somebody else good speech? It all depends on the working of the Swadhisthana chakra. Okay, now Swadhisthana chakra, if it is healthy and working fine, it will give you a good speech. It will give you enough power, enough positive passion to increase your assets or to hold on to your assets. And vice versa, if it is not working good, then you're going to have problems with your family members. You won't be able to express your thoughts through words. You might have some speaking problem, or you will shy away from the people. You want to be able to talk to the people. Okay, and that's what the second house does all about. Now, this Jupiter in the horoscope, if it is placed in a bad position, like in the D1, D9, D6, Draken chart, you all look through it and you find out that Jupiter is not well placed, then you're going to have these problems. But if it is well placed, you're going to have a good speech, good speaking power, you're going to have good assets and everything, and you will be like a star in your family. Okay, now coming to the fifth house. Now this house, Jupiter is also Karka of this house. Fifth house. What is fifth house all about? Fifth house is about the creativity, your intellectual thinking, your kids, your all fun and frolic in your life, your love, your passion is the fifth house, your basic studies. Now here, the Jupiter plays an important role. What does the Jupiter does is, Jupiter gives the babies in this house. This house is related to the babies and kids, but we do not look into the reproductive organs through this house. But instead we look from the 7th house, 8th house, the reproductive organs. But why am I saying that Jupiter is concerned with the babies? Because without reproductive organs, you cannot even produce the babies. That's why Jupiter being controlling our reproductive organs like our ovaries, semen, womb, fallopian tubes and all that kind of things, needed to have babies to look into the 5th house. That's why the Jupiter is strongly connected with the 5th house and the 7th house in your horoscope. Okay. Now here's the thing, if you have the good working Swadisthana Chakra, then what's going to happen? You're going to have good and healthy kids, charming kids. Okay, you will have a very good creativity. You will use your creativity and your emotional feelings into a passion you are following. Okay, your basic studies, you will be passionate about your kids. You will love your kids. You will be able to express your feelings to your kids. You will not have any kind of guilt for your kids or for your creativity you are doing. But on the other side, if you have a weaker chakra or clogged or bad chakra because of the bad placement of the Jupiter in the horoscope, then what's happened is you're going to have some problems in delivering babies, in holding on to the baby, in carrying a baby. You won't be able to express your creativity to your studies, to your passion. You will have passion, but you won't be able to express or bring that passion into action through your feelings. You're gonna face all those problems, and you will be keep thinking that why am I not successful? I have a lot of creativity, but why I don't have good relationship with my kids even? Why I'm not happy? Because this house is also a house of fun and happiness and love. So you will be getting problems with your love issues. Okay, you won't be able to have fun in your life if your Swadhisthana Chakra or second chakra or sacral chakra is weaker. You gotta boost it up or bring it up in the balance. Now the 7th house, what is 7th house all about? Now this house, the Jupiter is also Karka of this house. So as the Swadhisthana Chakra is related to this house too. Now what is 7th house? 7th house is all about your spouse. It's all about your partners, legal partnership. Spouse is also a partner. That's why we put it in this house. And in this house, it's gonna tell that how you gonna use your emotional creativity, how you gonna use your emotions and creativity and passion to prove your existence among these partners, among this world. Because this is a house of other people also. This is a house of the huge mass of people. This is a house of your own subtle body. What is subtle body? Subtle body is, because the ascendant is your own physical self, and the 7th house is the house of your subtle body, your other self, which you cannot even touch. You can just look at it, you can just feel it. Okay, so this is the house that's all about. Now this house, we look into the reproductive organs again, like semen, ovaries and all that reproductive organs we need to grow up in the life, fall up with your partner. These organs need to be in a shape, in a right position to be happy with your partner. Because here's the thing, Swadhisthana Chakra is all about your passion, your love and creativity. Okay, now in the house of your partner, your own spouse, If you're having problems with any of these organs, any of these problems, it's definitely going to create problems within your feelings and emotions, because this is the thing where the two partners come close to each other and share most of their feelings. So you gotta have to have this house in very right shape and right position. And that all depends on the position of your Jupiter in your horoscope, that how it is placed, it is well placed or ill placed, depending on that. All right. So we gotta look into these issues before we proceed for even the matchmaking processes. All right. Now talking about the ninth house. Ninth house is about your higher studies. It is a house of the religion, law of religion, long distance travels. Okay, this is the house of your gurus. God's grace is all seen from the ninth house. Now, a good working Swadhisthana Chakra will give you good gurus. Okay, you will be more creative, you will be more passionate about your religion. And how much you're passionate about it, what kind of passion you have for your religion. Are you really following your religion with a passion or not? Do you have a creativity to bring something new, to break the old taboos and bring something new in this? Yes or no? It all depends on your Swadhisthana Chakra and Jupiter. Breaking old taboos depends on the Rahu. So I'm going to discuss about those in my other videos. Now here's the thing. Ninth house also represents your leg part, your hips, your butts, your thighs. These areas controlled by the ninth house. And Jupiter is a karaka of these organs too. The blood circulation on this area, everything, the muscular activity is being controlled by Jupiter. Okay, so if you have a good working Swadhisthana Chakra, it's going to affect your limbs anyway. All right. Now another case I have noticed is about the religion thing with this house. People who are non-vegetarian, but they have a guilt of being a non-vegetarian, but they cannot leave that thing. They cannot just deny to eat the meat. What happens is one day they will eat the meat and they'll think that God is going to punish them because they have eaten a meat. They have killed somebody and ate it. And unfortunately, something bad happens to them in that day. They're going to blame it all on the God. Now, next day, they're going to leave the meat for a day. They're going to feel like, oh, I'm vegetarian today, so I'm all right. God has not punished me. That kind of feeling of guilt for nothing comes into a person because of the bad working of the Swadhisthana Chakra. If the Swadhisthana Chakra is not working fine, you're going to face these kind of problems. All right. Now, next house is the 11th house. 11th house is about your gains, about your links with the higher people. Okay. It's about your sources of income, your will, your desire, and your passion to prove your desires, to complete your desires is the 11th house. So what's going to do here? It tells you that what is your creativity following your passion to bring income to your house, to increase your income, to increase your sources of income. Because Swadhisthana Chakra, if it is working fine, is going to give you enough energy and passion and creativity. Because you know what happens is, this is your passion and you need a push of creativity and energy to bring that passion into action. And when this thing happens in any house, it improves the qualities of that house. It brings expansion, because Jupiter is a karaka of expansion. So when Jupiter is working fine in the horoscope, especially with the 11th house thing, it's gonna expand the sources of incomes. Jupiter is also a karaka of the second house, which is the house of your wealth, your stored wealth, assets. So if this house is working fine, then definitely that house is supposed to be good fine also, because that is assets and this is income, and those are all both interconnected, the second house and the 11th house, because asset can only be made through the good income. That's why. And this house also represents your all over legs parts, especially your knees, your ear, and those organs will be affected with the bad working of the Swadhisthana Chakra. Okay, the blood circulation in that area. But probably basically what we look into this is general diseases through this house, because this house is at the 6th position from the 6th house according to Bhavat Bhavam. 6th house is the house of diseases, and 11th house is exactly at the 6th position from that. So we can say that this house is also being used to look into the overall diseases in your horoscope. All right, so next thing I'm going to tell you is that how to motivate or balance your Swadhisthana Chakra if it is out of balance. Now before I proceed to tell you that how to balance this chakra, I just forgot to tell you about one thing important about the 11th house, which is your elder siblings. Now elder siblings is an important part of your life. Okay, so this chakra also tells us that how you interact with your elder siblings. Are you really in love with them? Are you really passionate about them or not? Okay, do you have any guilt that they are your elders? Okay, how much love you give to them and how much you accept love from them, it all depends on the Swadhisthana Chakra. All right, so this was the important point which I forgot to tell you before. Now I'm going to tell you about the balancing of these chakras, that how these chakras can be balanced. Here's the thing, Swadhisthana Chakra is considered as orange color, and it is located right below the navel. So you got to focus on that navel part, on that below part, and feel like that you are looking at the sacrum bone of your spinal cord, okay, through that navel part, below the navel part, and it is orange in color. So sit down on the ground, cross legs. As I told you in my previous videos, you're going to sit cross legs, which will touch your perineum part to the ground, and that will help you to ground your energies very easily. So when you sit down on a floor, you ground your energies, take a deep breath, calm yourself down, okay, and then start focusing on that area, and assume that you have an orange color ball or a cloud which is getting more orange, okay, and it is unclogging your chakra or bringing up in the balance. Or you can imagine this way, that that orange ball is giving color to the chakra, which that chakra is missing, because that chakra is an orange color, and an imbalanced chakra will be missing the orange color. So that ball is delivering the orange color to that chakra and bringing it in the balance. You can practice this way. Another thing is, as I told you in my previous videos, to rub your hands very strong, very strong, so that you can start feeling heat in the palms. Okay, and when you have enough hot hands, just make a spiral in both hands like this, like the Reiki guys do, and then you'll feel the life force coming out of your hands. And then put one of your hands right below the navel and one hand right behind it to the tailbone, and start moving the hand like that close to the navel part, and then imagine that you are rolling a cloud of orange color with this hand, and you will feel the tingling here. That means that chakra is now spinning. Your Suksham chakras are pushing that energy to move in a circular motion to unclog that chakra, to drill down in it, and you will really feel that, and feel yourself that I don't have any kind of guilt, I'm free, I'm creative, I'm the best. Keep telling yourself about this while doing this process, and you will see the results. This is very good method to do it. I do it too a lot of times. And then there's the last one I would tell you. There are a lot more, but I don't have enough time to tell a lot about these things in this video. That sit down on the ground, take a deep breath, and recite the mantra VAM, V-A-M. V-A-M is how you write it, but you gotta pronounce it as VAM. VAM, V-A-U-M. You have to pronounce it like that. So when you pronounce this mantra VAM with a deep breathing, this mantra has such a vibration that it straight penetrates into that Swadhisthana Chakra and starts spinning it. You're gonna feel this energy. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you like this video. And tell your friends and family members to join this channel, Holistic Astrology channel. Like my page on the Facebook too, and I'll be back with more videos on this chakra system and in relation with the holistic astrology. Okay, because as I told you in this video, that how you're going to look the planet like Jupiter in respect to your chakras, and the position of that planet in your horoscope in the different divisional charts, so you can predict that what's going to happen with your chakra. So guys, thank you again, and till then, take care for yourself, and see you next time.